Okay, what is your name and how old are you?
105. 105 months.
Wow, you're 105. And what's your name?
Ray Swingle. S-W-I-N-G-L-E.
Okay, now you were born and raised in this area here?
Right within a mile of this area.
Okay, so I guess your family was all farmers? They own the farm up here?
I was a dairy farmer till I was 65. Then I went into restaurant business, construction business, ski area management.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Township supervisor.
Oh, oh my goodness.
Township planning commission.
How about your parents? What did they do?
Swingle and Sparse Construction.
Were they born here in this area, your parents?
Forest City and Carbondale.
Oh, okay. And they ran a farm too?
They were on the farm when I was born.
Oh, okay.
They had another smaller farm over about a mile from here. And then when they bought this place after.
How about siblings? Do you have any siblings?
Children?
Any brothers or sisters?
Yeah, I had one brother and one sister. They're both passed away.
Okay. Your early years growing up, what did you guys do for fun? What did you play ball? Did you have a ball field, or did you just what kind of? Or was it
play in the hay mound? You jump around in the hay mound.
I grew up right in the heart of the Depression.
Ah, okay.
And we knew what being poor was.
Yes. Yep.
But we survived by wearing our shoulders out to the wheel.
Yeah, wow. Now, did you have any animals on the farm, like cows or horses? Or?
We had a dairy farm.
Okay. How many head of cattle?
Well, when we first started, we were milking probably 19, 20. And before I got done, I was milking 50, 55.
Wow, that's quite a bit.
That's what, a 7-day-a-week job, I think?
Yep.
It was a 7-week job.
Yep.
Besides cleaning out all this brush and woods and making meadow drainage for the farm and additions on the barn and stuff.
Sure, yeah.
Wow. How about crops? Did you plant anything like corn or any?
We had corn, 3 silos.
Oh, okay. What was the holidays like when you were a kid growing up?
It was just another day of catching up on
Chores?
chores.
Yeah, I kind of figured that.
Really? Oh,
Yeah, I
wow.
kind of figured that. The day in the life of a farmer back then, I guess, was pretty tough, especially when, you know, you got to figure growing up in the Depression days. Now, if I understood it right, during the Depression, a lot of people didn't throw a lot of things away because they held on to that, correct? Because they would figure that they were going to use it someday.
That's true.
And that's true, right?
The people at that days, we hardly ever knew of anybody that put a lock on their doors or anything at all.
Oh, yeah.
See that?
Different world.
A different world, yeah.
When we got filling silos, 2 or 3 farmers would help each other. They come in with their horses and wagons, tractors are filling silos. Then we move right on to the next one.
Yes.
Either that or trash and buckwheat, trash and oats, it was the same thing.
Yep, yep.
Oh, wow. How close was the nearest neighbor? Were they far away or were they close by? Or?
Your closest neighbor. How far was your closest neighbor?
Well, right that little house up there you see through the woods.
Oh, way yonder.
Yeah, on the left-hand side of the trees.
Yeah.
That was the closest neighbor there.
Okay.
That's the line fence up along that tree line.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Okay. So that's not too bad. At least you're not on top of each other like some places are. Oh my goodness, I couldn't.
Now, the
I
people
couldn't
you
live
grew
like
up with there, the families, are they still in the area here? A lot of them, or?
That family?
Yeah.
No, that place been sold 2 or 3 times since then.
Is it really? Okay.
It's all grown up, subdivided up, and broken up.
Yeah. How about going to school here? Where was the school, and what grades did you go to?
I went to 8th grade in Terza School up here 1.5 miles.
Is still there?
The foundation.
No, it's all gone down now.
Is it really?
Yeah, there's a foundation there. I think there's a post office there too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Wow. Was it a 1-room class, or did you have several rooms, or?
1 room.
1 room, really?
8th grade.
8th grade.
What kind of, how did they heat the school, the room? Did they have a fireplace in there, or a wood burner, or how did they?
Potbelly stove.
Did they really? Wow.
And then a couple times a year, all the families around would have a potluck meal up there in the church.
And the families would gather, right?
In the families. And
yep, families would gather.
Yep.
I'll be damned. That's cool.
Wow.
That's really, really cool.
You'd walk to school. They didn't have no snow days or nothing.
True.
You had 5 days out of the 7 you were in school.
Yes.
Walk to school.
Yes, yes. Yep, I can see that.
No snow days.
See, now they complain about everything.
Yeah,
They got more days off than I do.
They do, yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh.
Oh my gosh.
So
Wow.
you had, how long was the school day? Like it is now, like 7 or 8 hours a day, or they get recess and
9, I think it was 9 at 3:30.
oh, okay.
It might have been 3 or 3:30, but I knew it was 9 in the morning.
Now, I think it's the first time I ever interviewed anybody growing up on a farm there, so it's a little bit different questions. How about any? Do you remember anything that memorable that might have happened on the farm, like any bad accidents or bad storms, anything like that?
I can remember the storms. I can remember them when we had fence posts out for the pastures.
Yeah.
The snow would be as high as those fence posts. You couldn't see a fence post down through the pastures.
About 6 foot or better, right?
Wow.
Right? About 6 foot? Maybe more?
Well,
The
5 foot anyway, of snow laying right on the ground.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And when we were producing milk and we were sending it to Clifford Creamery,
Yeah, yeah.
made by Clemo, I've actually used the bulldozer to take the milk, my milk and a couple neighbors' milk, down to 106, where the nearest gas station,
okay.
and where that road would be open. They could take the milk from there and pick
So
it
you'd
up.
open up the road.
I'd open up the road
Yeah, oh
and
my
with a
goodness.
sleigh behind the bulldozer.
Oh my goodness.
And you didn't stay in the road very much of it because the roads were down, eroded, and water and everything just in the snow piled right up in there.
Oh,
like
I'll
that.
bet it did. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
I've seen days that these big Waller snow fighters they used to have for traveling the road, going over this road here, you could hear them going, but you couldn't see them.
You couldn't see them.
The
Wow.
snow of the banks.
They're all dirt roads then, right?
Yep, the road is banked up high.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now, was this always a dirt road here?
Yes,
Okay. Okay.
but this other one, 374
Yeah.
was.
Okay.
How about transportation on these roads? Now, when did you guys, your family, first get a car? And what kind? Do you remember what year it was? What kind it was?
Probably a
My dad had a set of wheels on head. He owned a pickup truck, a little stake body truck, when we lived on the other farm there. He used to take the axe out and cut props and haul them to the mines.
Yes.
And
that was a big thing. That was a big thing.
that was in the later 20s.
Yeah, that was a big thing.
Oh. Yeah, see, I lived back in Archibald in the mining area, and they
Yeah.
used a lot of mining timber down there.
Yep, and this was
Especially
all
for
this was
Forest
all
City.
cut off. The people them days was always worrying, we're never going to have no timber because they're cutting it all going into the props.
There was
You know,
that
when it
much
gets about
timber up
that
here?
size up there, they'd cut it down 6-8 inches.
Yeah.
And now they have more timber than they,
Oh, than they had back then, of course.
they-
I believe that.
but they don't have no decent hemlock around here anymore.
No, and I know the reason why, or part of the reason. I think I'm on the right road when I did the research on this. Out of deposit, because they call it deposit, a lot of the hemlock came from Susquehanna County to New York State. They would take it in a big sleds, like in the wintertime.
Yeah.
And then they would dump it off in deposit. And then they would float it down the river for market. If I'm right.
Well, they were flooding the rivers all the time.
Yes.
But
yes.
But at that time, down in Smiley Hollow, over at Herrick Center,
Yes.
that's where they brought these hemlock logs in skinned the bark off them and let the rest of the tree go to waste.
Go to waste. That's a shame.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a shame.
So
'Cause,
mostly hemlock trees up here? It was hemlocks?
Yeah, hemlock and white pine was native.
Was native, yeah.
Yeah, but the white pine, that got awful selective with the kind of soils that it lived on. And right in this area here, it didn't survive.
Interesting.
Now, you're not far from Elk Mountain there. What was that like when growing up? There wasn't a ski lodge then, right?
No, it was just a woodland.
Did you ever go to the top of it?
Oh yeah, that was the main thing, going up to
Really?
up to the fire tower when it was 65 feet high.
Yeah, I'll bet that was nice. Oh,
Yeah.
What a view.
They had a
Oh my
fire tower
gosh.
up there? They had a fire tower up there?
Yeah, you could see the tower from right here from the farm at that time.
Wow, that's not there now, right? It's gone.
No, they took the fire tower out, and then when they come in with the civil aeronautics, I don't know the right word or not, but the civil radios and stuff.
Yeah, the civil defense.
I was just married at that time. I was in the late 20s. We put 400-foot towers up there for communications. FAA, I think it was.
Could be. That sounds about right.
Yep.
And we're both ham operators.
Yeah.
And my wife's a ham operator.
Yeah, well,
So-
we put I helped work them from Kent Engineering Company out of New York.
Yeah. Interesting.
And they did it quite a few years, and then when the ski area come in, the ski areas opened up there, and they came back in with the smaller towers, or shortwave, or whatever they call it.
Do you know what year they opened up as a ski area?
It started open in 1959.
59.
No way! I didn't know that. Wow!
Yep.
Wow! How about that? I learned that. I learned something new today.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
I didn't know that. No kidding. Wow!
I worked as manager there for 12 and a half years. I put the first 4 lifts up and the first 2 lodges and stuff.
Oh,
What's
he
the
did?
height of that? Do you know what the height of the mountain is? How many feet it is?
2765.
Is it really?
Yeah.
So that's definitely the highest one around here.
Around this area, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, big
It's
time.
Mount Davis in the southwestern part of the state's higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they call it Elk Mountain. Was there elk up here, I guess, at one time?
Originally, there were elk everywhere here.
How about when you were small? Was there animals like that?
No, they were gone.
They were gone by
They
then?
were gone.
Yeah.
They shot them all off.
Yep.
Really? Wow.
So they would have been native up this way towards Pennsylvania in the northeast corner, right? They would have been native here?
Yeah, they were native here.
Okay. And,
Yeah.
then we're lucky we still have the whitetails.
Well, we got a lot of whitetails here.
I know, they're all over now. Oh my gosh. They're everywhere. And there's not the hunters like there used to be.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hunt them anymore.
Nobody has a mission. You used to drive with 10, 12 men together.
Yeah, I remember that.
2 or 3 times a day, these woods we drove out. Now, everybody wants to go out there and sit in a little building.
Yeah, yeah, yep.
And nobody wants to shoot a spike buck or why anymore.
That's the Game Commission's idea.
We got to have that
trophies.
I'm the same. I'm worse.
You know, if it's got horns, it's in my belly. I'm not gonna starve.
In me, I won't shoot one unless I can give it to somebody.
That's right. That's right. That's the way it used to be.
Right. Okay, now what we're talking about growing up here on the farm and
Wow.
raising the crops and the animals there. Or what else do you remember about growing up there that happened that sticks in your memory as a kid there? Games you played or whatever?
Were you in the service? Did you go in the service?
No.
No, you didn't serve.
I wanted to go in. I went down, passed my examination and everything, and they got the records out and see how. By that time, I'd had in my 20s.
Yeah, yeah.
I had a pretty good sized operation going, and it was showing up. They classified me as 2C.
I see.
We need food as much as we need soldiers.
Yeah, yeah.
So they.
So they put you on the back burner for that
Yep.
then. Oh my goodness.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, wow. Wow. I remember talking to some other folks, not as young as Rye here, but close to it. When they came out of the war, they ended up getting Willys Jeeps. And the Willys, because of that transmission in there, was a big help to those guys on the farm. And they worked the hell out of it.
They put plows, harrows, cultivators, everything onto the Jeep.
Oh, yes.
When you're
Oh, my goodness.
when your family was working the farm there, what kind of tractors did they have? Use horses at first? Or?
We had 3 horses first. Then we bought into International Harvester. Later, we went into John Deere's, and I ended up agriculture, case tractors, and all of my construction equipment was all John Deere.
Was all John Deere. I kind of thought that.
Oh.
Yeah, I kind of thought
But you start off with the horses.
that.
Yeah.
I kind of thought that.
Oh, interesting. How about general stores? What did you buy stuff like food and around the area, stuff that you need for the house? Did they have a general store up here? Or?
For food,
Yeah, for...
H.T. Williams in Uniondale.
There you go. Yeah, yeah.
We bought our first tractor off at Old Huey.
Yep, I remember people talking about that. Dave Gallo often talked about that.
Yeah.
It's over where, well, that artist has his shop.
Oh, I can't think of his name. Down by Gables.
Huh?
Over towards Gables.
Yeah, right across the street from
Yeah, I
Cable.
can't think of the name of it.
I can't think of his name. He's a self-artist.
Yeah.
He paints oil saws and stuff like that. And
So this is your wood shop here? You do woodworking too?
pardon?
You do woodworking in this shop right here? Or you make things?
Oh, heck, these doors and all this.
Nice, nice.
Show you.
He keeps himself busy.
Yeah, that's great. How many acres do you have up here?
I had 200.
200 acres, yeah.
Well, I spent 30 years in the winters in Arizona, and I just got word here now that my collection of 25 of the jeepers, cats, towers
The towers.
Yeah.
on the water in front.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there's lighthouses.
The lighthouse, yep.
There's a collection of 25 of them that's made. They're in the Historical Society in Lake Havasu City right now.
Wow, there you go.
That's cool.
There
Yeah.
you go. There you go. And we're going to have you on record for forever. You're going to be on record
For a long time.
And we appreciate your time.
Oh,
We
definitely.
really, really do.
Definitely do, yes.
And I was playing with lighthouses, birdhouses out there first.
Yeah, yeah.
I had like as many as 75 on display at it sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
And
yeah.
people would come in, like, have them
That's nice.
sign them.
That's nice.
They're in half the states.
Of course.
Wow.
Of course. That's cool. That's cool.
Here's well, here's right on hot on the workbench. Here's the makings of a birdhouse.
Oh, there you go. That's cool.
The other parts right here,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the birdhouses and things.
Nice.
Nice. Very nice shop.
See, this was the middle pedestal on an old table, and I just cut them off in squares like that and glue them back together. And here last night I finished that door for her.
And it keeps your mind active, it keeps your body physically active.
See, this will be on there.
Start for yourself.
And the cap is here. They're all setting in place here.
Yeah, yeah.
And these here are different style. Some of them were fixed in here. This one here. I don't know whether you know what this is for.
No. Now that's interesting.
For bats?
For bats.
For bats. Yeah, I kind of thought he was going to say that. Yep. For bats.
Wow.
For a bat house.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
I've got these scattered all through the western states.
Yeah. Good for you.
In my own house, too.
Yeah. Good for you. Wow.
Is there a lot of bats up in this area?
We used to have, but anymore they're drizzling away.
We have a few that we see now and then. And I'll tell you what's over at our house, Rye, that I never expected.
This was
Sugar gliders.
This was the size of the lighthouses that I built.
Very nice.
And I never got this one quite all finished yet.
Yeah. That's cool.
Nice.
I like the way that's nice.
Now, this one up here, it's a duplication of the Thatcher Island up in the New England states.
Mm-hmm.
There's two lighthouses on that island, one this side and one on that side.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be the...
On the one side.
Yeah, this is the original.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
The old guy that, he lives down the valley. In Factoryville. Who was the guy that owned the restaurant over there? Jen's restaurant.
Oh, Jen's. Oh gosh, I know him to see him. I don't remember what his first name is.
Yeah, the place burned down here.
It burned down. They're gonna rebuild.
Is it rebuilt
They're
yet?
rebuilding. Yeah, they're rebuilding.
Well, this
That was
there,
quite a spot.
this is one of his buddies that lives up in New England states, on Thatcher Island, and I was going to make him a lighthouse. Well, I got this one started, and somehow along the word got into it,
Yeah.
and Val Clemmings,
Val Clemmings.
Al and Val,
Al, I think it is.
Al, and her name is Val.
Yes.
She was Miss America here a few years back.
Yeah, I heard something about that. I heard
Well,
people
I
talk
built
about that.
her one because and then a couple of years ago here, when she was sponsoring, well, she wasn't sponsoring, but taking part of the Miss America challenge in Jersey,
Yep.
Atlantic City. I put a lighthouse was on display in that.
Nice.
That's nice. It is. It's nice, and it's thoughtful.
Well,
It's thoughtful. You know.
I could take you up to the house and show you the whole albums that I have and things up there.
Yeah, Granddad, my granddad, was a Presbyterian minister,
Yeah.
and he was ordained in a Baptist church. But he came from Scotland. He was a baker for the royal family by trade. He was a baker, and then he came to the States. But he's had some beautiful churches through the years, and one of the most memorable churches that I still recall to this day was up in Jonesport, Maine. And in fact, the church itself is on the historical archives as the Sawyer Memorial Church.
Yeah.
What a beautiful church. And I have a picture of that on a plate. A lady did a painting of it on a plate, and I have the plate.
Nice.
I had between the birdhouses and lighthouses in Lake Havasu City in Arizona. Twice I was on the tourist magazine that they send there a couple times a year.
Yeah.
Twice my articles were in that.
Nice.
And then,
Nice.
then in Memphis, Missouri, where we hunted, this last fall, they wrote a full front page story on my life.
There you go.
By hunting.
There you go. Yeah,
Nice.
there you go. And I saw you not long ago too in one of the papers. There was an article.
Well, I was on TV here twice.
Yes, I remember that. Yep.
Right here.
Yep. And there's another good spot. So you're quite the gentleman, and thank you so much. I appreciate your time, and I'm glad to call you neighbor because you are. You are my neighbor.
Yeah, my workshop is a kind of a mess at the time, but
Nah, it's all right.
geez,
Nice. It's nice. Very nice.
It's what you do. It's who you are. It
you know,
makes up
if somebody comes down and wants to borrow a tool, I could be out like I met you here today.
Yes. Yeah.
I could have sent you right up here and tell you right where you'll find that tool.
Yep.
It's always right in the middle of the floor in a pile.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go.
Anything else you remember about growing up on the farm here, and anything else that you might remember of growing up on a farm that was notable?
Well, just look. We can step back out here just a little bit. You take a look over this road, over to the woods over there. When I started, that was entire woods,
That whole field?
that whole field.
That
Really?
whole field
Yep.
there was all woods?
Wow.
Then just the other side, those hemlocks up there, that's all pasture.
Okay.
There's 13 acres of, I bulldozed off there, I mowed it with the mower machine with the old Farmall H there.
Yeah, but we talked about that earlier. Yes,
Yeah.
we did.
But right now, basically, I haven't mowed it out, only part of it. That's where we have our food plot for deer.
There you go. There you go. Oh. Yep. And it is. I mean, and you're right. I am glad to have you as a neighbor. I am so glad to have you. You know, to know you as a neighbor.
Yeah.
I'm not far from here. I'm only around the corner from Chet's.
Well, we join over there. My land and the Elk Mountain Ski joins together right there. That's how
Yes.
close I am to the.
That's all your land going down the side there too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right there, and there's 13-acre meadows on the other side of those hemlocks.
Now, who owns down below that, Ray? Out towards.
Joe Moore, the Village of the Four Seasons on one side,
Okay.
and Joe Moore owns this side. Like
On
over.
this side of it.
Yeah, but we leased that land off of Joe Moore
Okay.
just
Okay.
to preserve our hunting rights.
No, that's perfectly fine. In fact, when Mike lost a calf, got away on him, the calf was down here, and I stopped the truck. I chased the calf down through the woods and then brought him back.
Yeah.
So he was grateful at that. He was grateful at that.
Well,
But I'm all for that. I'm all for helping a neighbor. You know.
Elliot Ross over here, he had the Herefords.
Yes.
One of the old bulls got away.
Oh boy. That's not good.
He's living right down here in the swamp. He's in about 4 years now. He's been in there.
Oh my goodness.
Wild as can be.
I'll bet. Oh
No,
yeah, I'll
he's
bet.
a big animal too.
Yes. Yes.
This land behind us, is that all yours too, all the way back there?
No, that's the boundary line where those trees are.
Okay.
Then I go back up this mountain back in here.
Up on this side. Yeah.
And then just the other side of the sawmill, it goes over.
Yeah. See, Tim Meyer is my landlord, but his dad,
Up here.
yeah, we're in his dad's house over on Newburgh and Myers in the blue house. You know what I'm talking?
Yeah,
If
well,
you
now,
take-
wait a
if you-
minute.
If you take,
Are you on the old Newburgh Turnpike or the or the township road?
no, we're on the corner. We're on the corner of Old Newburgh and Myers.
Yeah,
We're right on the corner.
the old Moon Farm.
Yes. Right there on the corner. We're right on the. That was Robert Myers' house.
Yeah.
We're renting from his dad.
Well, he didn't, years ago, he didn't come all the way down to this road here.
No.
Crandall lived in there.
I get it.
Yeah.
Many a story, though. Oh my gosh.
The other farms that are up in this area, were they mostly dairy farms too?
No, basically, nobody really ever farmed it up there. They just lived there.
Okay. Oh.
Like the more than Myers, yeah, they just lived there.
Yeah.
And what is this called? Uniondale?
Uniondale.
Union. Okay.
You couldn't ask for a better place, though. I wouldn't trade this for the world.
Oh, really?
I really wouldn't. I wouldn't trade this. I wouldn't give this area up for nothing.
My rhubarb patches are coming up.
I see that. I see that.
I didn't get them dug up there a year ago, and they're not as good.
How about horseradish? You got any horseradish land?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
I have it up in the refrigerator for one of them little jars.
Yeah.
Holds me a long
Yeah,
time.
well, I got schooled about doing horseradish when it's homemade. You got to do it outside instead of inside. It'll drive you crazy going, oh my gosh.
You think onions are strong?
Yeah, they make your nose run and your eyeballs water and oh yeah, you'd be snooping for a while. Yeah, no more of that. Yeah, I got schooled on that. Oh my goodness.
I want to thank you then for your time.
Well, let's just walk right down around this way then.
Right, thank you for your time.
Oh, stick around yet.
Oh,
we won't be here much longer.
Oh no, you're
like welding and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few of my
trophies. Your prized possessions. Your trophies.
You can't see, I don't know if you can see them or not, but on that back wall, that's filled in just like that.
I see that. These ones here were on the outside. Before you put the new building up. These ones here.
Yep.
It is a pigeon, isn't it?
I don't know, I didn't see.
That's a starling. He comes in on the back side of this roof over here and comes back in.
I was at Foster. Did you remember Foster Oakley?
All the Fosters.
Yeah, Foster. We used to hunt on Foster Oakley years ago.
Arnold, Merritt, Wilford,
They had the blueberry farm. Over by where Flying J is.
Oh yeah, Hartford. Yeah.
In Hartford.
Yeah.
So
well, there's a Foster used to live in his first house up here.
Yes, so I was told. Yes.
Arnold.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I mean, that was a big family years back.
I think it was 9 kids.
Something like that, because Foster's wife was a school teacher. She was a school teacher. Yeah, Elizabeth, yes. Oh, yeah, we're gonna be friends. But anyway, I had many a good laugh with Foster. What a gentleman, you know. His wife.
Storyteller.
Yeah. He was. They don't come any better than that from years ago.
That whole family was the same.
Yes, I would imagine they would be. Yep. Yes. And boy, when he told a story, he told a pretty good story, you know. So this young guy from media, him and his dad come up. So they're parked in front of us. I didn't see anything. I had a hell of a cold, a really bad chest cold. And this is like in 1983, 84. So the young kid from media shoots a doe, and he says to me, he says, I'm going to go after a buck. He says, you mind if I go after a buck? I said, go ahead, I don't care. You know, what am I going to do? So pretty soon, I hear a shot, and it's quiet. Nothing. Pretty soon, this young kid comes back to the truck, and he says to me, I shot a buck. I have no clue where he went. So then they leave. So Foster comes up with the tractor, hoping to pick up a deer and put it in and take it down the barn, you know? You know how that goes. So I said to Foster, I said, that kid from media shot that buck. And we're there, and here comes old Foster coming down through the woods, down by the old sawmill, coming down that way, you know. And he comes down on the road, he comes down by us in the back gate with that deer, pretty nice 8-pointer. He says, I knew right where that deer was going. He said, but I'm not going to tell them that.
Well, twice now, I've taken the Pennsylvania Trophy buck, deer, and bear all in one season.
All in one season. Good for you.
Once I took it with a bow, and then once I had to take it with the combination.
You got the Grand Slam.
Yeah.
Oh, did you get it?
I did it twice.
Good. That's good. Well, this year I get my lifetime hunting license. I just got my my fishing license. They said to me over at Clydesdale's, Al was over there, and he says, "Happy birthday!"
Well, you got a ways to go.
I got a little ways to go.
I've had my lifetime ever since I was 65.
65. So I got a long way to go.
34 years.
Yeah, well, I'm climbing the ladder of success. You know?
Well, I'm just hanging in there to get my money's worth.
Yeah. That's funny. Oh, gosh, that's great. That's great.
Thank you again for your time there talking to us. And Dave too. And we'll let you have the rest of the day.
There you go.